Design as a profession is a bit of a mystery for many. Therefore, I called a couple of my friends around the world to find out what they actually do to earn a living. Right. Nneka, lovely to see you.
In Germany? I don't know about that.
Yeah, lovely to see you too.
I would not say something that I would regret.
Can you give us a ballpark of how much money you make a year?
Oh, Jakub.
Václav, Mlynář.
It's like, no, none of that, but here's a good wage.
Maybe I should do something else.
Massimo, Minale, my good friend. Where are you? Where are you based and who you work for?
I am based in Stockholm, Sweden, and I founded a company called Buster+Punch, who I still work for.
I'm currently based in Seoul, Korea. I run my own studio. I'm an independent designer.
So I'm based in Germany now. I live in Nuremberg, and I work at Adidas HQ at the global office. And I'm a senior designer doing the collaborations, the fashion collaborations for Adidas.
I'm based in Stockholm, Sweden, and I work for IKEA.
Being creative director for Bomma takes quite a lot of my time. And the second one is my creative studio.
Small production, limited edition of products. Then, of course, another thing is like the design consulting, where I'm working for different like the ID jobs that nobody talks about.
And what would your normal day-to-day look like? What would you focus on?
At the moment, it's very different. I'm producing new lights for several clients. I actually manufacture them myself. And so that's assembly, basically, I'm making. And a bit of welding and woodworking a little bit on the side. 70% of the time, I work by myself. So it's mainly just me in the studio with my dog sometimes.
Hope the dog helps.
Dog helps a lot.
I, as a creative director, work closely with marketing, with sales and R&D, creating the portfolio of our products, searching for new designers, doing the photo shoots, video shoots, talking with graphic designers. Also, I'm quite involved with R&D.
Day to day, it starts with emails, admin. This has come in. This is past testing. We need to revise this. The factory's given us feedback about this. A lot more strategy than before. Gosh, I'm talking with my internal. I'm talking with senior leadership. Also proposing ideas. Also presenting at each stage of a collection to show progress, to get feedback as it goes along. So a lot of strategy and a lot more, I'd say, a lot more usage of my presentation skills I need now in this corporate environment.
It depends on what cycle it's in. Right now, it's exciting times because we just now in January launched a bunch of the products that I've been working on for the last 3 years. So now we're sort of in a new cycle where everything's starting up. We're doing concept work. It's very creative. Products that are much further along and much more defined. They're more in quality assurance phase almost. We're like getting samples, reviewing everything, making sure everything's perfect, onboarding them into the app, making sure the firmware works, and iterating with suppliers and engineers.
As a designer, I chose to take the brand route, which is basically where you build a whole world around the products you make. So I'm involved not just in the design of the products, but how they're shot, what the campaigns look like, how they're sold, how our physical spaces look. So a week for me can be lots of different types of designing, from new products to changing old products to designing displays to photographing the product to filming the product to editing. I even edit now. I basically do a lot of stuff, and each week is different, which is one of the best things about being a designer. But yeah.
Sorry for jumping in. There's one thing we have to acknowledge before we go any further, and that is that design today is rarely about drawing or making a paper models. In my entire network, there is only one person who makes a living solely with designing products. For the rest of us, modern design career requires a hybrid skill set. You need to have manufacturing knowledge, you need to understand creative direction, you're directing photo shoots, you're editing, you're mastering psychology of presentation. It's a massive web of skill, all connected to creativity.
Do you do any side hustles along your full-time job?
I don't. I put a lot of energy into this job. So when I'm not doing this and once the plants are growing, I'm out here pruning roses and growing, honestly, I'm a rose mother. That is what I'm doing and things like that.
I have a company on the side as well, where I do furniture with a friend of mine. It's sort of, we're playing with the business model of manufacturing furniture on demand. So it means we don't have to have any like capital investment to actually make new things. We can try things, put them out for sale. When people buy it, we make it and ship it. So I do that on like nights, weekends, and my partner, he's doing that full time.
I consult companies on color and trend forecasting. That we have done some like public speaking. That is not necessarily always paid, but at least it brings marketing.
On the side job, I teach. On Mondays, I teach in the university. I'm not this type of person who plans my life. I just go however. And even when I was studying RC, I didn't know what I was doing there. Or a lot of the guys there had a really strong and like focused vision. And some people were already established. Like you were all pretty famous, I think. So I just freestyle.
Do have a side hustle, yeah. Have a very small side hustle called Minale, which is basically where my dad that passed away in 2000s basically left me loads of sketchbooks. He was a big designer, and he designed all the brands and logos for all the big Italian fashion houses like Gucci, Armani, and Fendi. So in these books was lots of different sketch drawings and concepts of furniture for these guys. So I've taken those books and sort of slowly trying to launch a few products here and there from it. So I think it's really healthy for any designer to do more than one job, because it gives you a different perspective on your main job. Buster+Punch is a big established brand. We have lots of systems, whereas Minale is a two-man band, and we're starting from scratch again, which is great and gives you a new lease of life. So yeah.
I would say maybe too many things. I have my own product studio. I work with my wife and also with two more people on product design, but we also work as a monument office, as a creative agency on exhibition design, booths design, showrooms and stuff like that. And we also teach together at North Carolina State University.
And how did you get to where you are? Did you try any different ways to monetize your creativity?
I started life as an architect, which is a very noble but very slow career choice. There's not much money in it. As I said, sort of the way my brain works is a lot quicker than how an architect works. So I chose products, and to be honest, if you just do stuff you love and make sure it's different enough, I think the money will always follow. Well, at least it did with me. So yeah.
Out of school, I went and worked for Google in London. So worked in-house there. It was in a part of Google called Creative Lab, which is they're closer to marketing than product. And then from there, I went and worked at Adidas headphones. So it's a company that that makes Marshall, the headphones and the speakers. It's the same company. And then I went freelance for a while in the space between marketing and product. I would say very experimental stuff. And then the pandemic hit and I wasn't able to do that anymore. And we also had a baby on the way and we're moving. So at that point I was like, okay, I need to make money. How can I make money as a designer? I'll go work for like a consultancy, like McKinsey, Accenture. I went to work for Accenture for a bit. Everything was, got more stable at home. And then I left for IKEA, back to the in-house side.
When I was studying, I always loved and admired people who were designing and selling their own stuff. Then even together in the UK, we tried that. We set up the company together and tried to promote our product. And I think that we both find out it's not easy.
So this is the moment I'm going to ask them about money. Quick disclaimer first. All of my friends I'm speaking with are a highly successful bunch. They all have 10 years plus of scars, wins and failures in the industry. Purpose is not to compare ourselves, but to inspire each other. I want you to see the wildly different routes the craft can take you. Whether you want to build your own company, work for a global brand, do your own thing or teach. The most important lesson here is Don't be afraid to jump head first. Pivot when the environment changes. Squeeze every drop of value out of opportunities you get. Because if you do things well, money will follow. I will also share with you my exact income, but I want to do it in a separate video because I want to go a little bit deeper and explain everything. Now, let's get back to the video.
And can you give us a ballpark of how much money you make a year?
Oh, Jakub. It's north of 150k. I say that. Pounds.
Okay, so roughly 200k in dollars, I guess. North
Something
of.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm able to if I want to disclose it. It might be that the company has. I'll get back to you, and you can put it in there if I get a reply. I'm happy with what I'm making. Let's say that. Like it's there have been other companies that I worked for where I wasn't as happy. Like this time around, I was like, okay, I'm actually content with this. I feel like I'm being valued. I'm also feeling that there's not like IKEA is a company that there's not a lot of these like perks that they throw at you. Like, hey, we have food here. We're going on these like really awesome trips where we have a ball pit and a ping pong table. You know, all those things. Like it's like no, none of that. But here's a good wage, and I appreciate that. I like that.
So I have to
Grab a calculator.
yeah, US dollars. I think it's about. I don't really make a lot of money like really a lot of successful designers. But I think I made about 90,000 US dollars last year. I'm happy with my income. I think there's a space to grow, but I'm not a businessman. I don't really know how to like boost my business. This type of freedom and comfortable feeling is important to me, which a lot of my peers or my girlfriend, partner doesn't really approve. She really wants me to go for it, like scale up, make more money. But I'm like, I don't know.
Under 100.
I would say as a creative director, it would be something around 60,000, but it's not only my salary, it's very often, or they're also part from my team. And then with my other ventures, I would say it would be something around 60 as well.
I have a last question, but I know the answer because you're under confidentiality, so you can't talk about your salary. So
Cannot.
I only can thank you for your participation. Thank you very much for taking part.
Thank you.
Nneka. Bye.
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 Take care, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, people. Yeah.
At least someone has to do it, you know, the YouTube. There's no design content there.